Hello everyone, I'm McKenzie Mitchell and welcome to Threads. Today we're back in Orlando, Florida, and we're chatting with a professional wrestler, rapper, podcaster, actor, champion, and father, Swerve Strickland. If you were to create an ultimate set of gear to win the AEW World Title, like if you were going to win the title, what would that gear look like, or do you know?
I have an idea of kind of like where I'm going with the next one. I don't want to like let it out.
No spoilers, it's okay.
I don't want to let it out yet, but I have an idea, and it's kind of exactly what people. It's already exactly what people have been saying. I've been seeing online, and like he's kind of. I'm getting this kind of vibe from it, and I was like, I think it's the time I give it to him.
Okay.
So I'll leave it at that.
We will keep our eyes peeled for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about a match that just happened a few weeks ago, a triple threat match for the AEW title, the world title. You had this full green set of gear. The jacket's right there, right?
Yes.
Can we pull it over?
Right here. This is like a Jordan Craig. A buddy of mine just connected me with a guy that like does a lot of the art design for Jordan Craig brand, like denim jackets, clothing. They're the ones that did my last fur coat that I wore at World's End.
Okay.
And they did this one, and so soon we're gonna start personalizing and really like collabing with.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and so since it was gonna be a vest, I figured it'd be cool to like let me show something on my arms. I don't really use my arms too much as far as design. It's kind of just taped wrists. So I got the sleeves done and just made golden shiny sleeves with it.
Okay.
And I kind of went with like Kraven the Hunter from Spider-Man 2.
So there was your inspiration, huh?
Yeah, well, like he showed me the ideas, and like this one just kind of stuck out to me so much.
I've mentioned I love the intricacy of your gear, but like there's so many pieces that kind of go into play. Take me through from top to bottom of how like kind of obviously your logo, your name, etc. on this.
Yeah, there's a lot like this knee pad material right here is very like shattered glass kind of look. If you look real close to that.
Okay, and tell me about, you've got Hangman's face on this.
So over here, Hangman's move is the buckshot, and I put the knee pad here as what's to a kill shot, and then kill shots.
And it's got the target, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
so there's a link there, and then Hangman's head as a buck. As a buckshot.
See, that is so cool. Yeah. Those are stories that, like, did people recognize? Did people pick up on that?
I don't think people really went there, so you might be breaking the story on that.
Well, this is what I love about this, is we're able to tell stories that may have not been recognized or told on television in a deeper level, in a deeper conversation.
Yeah, because like people, like, and a lot of the big faces and stuff on the side, you'll see that on like all these gears, all these pieces. I remember when Edge was just getting into Rated R Superstar at the time, and I love the fact that he had like this tribal looking face of himself on the side. I was like, that's so dope. So when I become a wrestler, I want to do that. So
that's some of your inspiration from the beginning was Edge. And your whole team was in green. Why were they in green?
Revolution.
Okay.
Yeah, Revolution. And it was like gold. We're going for the gold, world title match.
So it all played hand in hand.
Yep.
I feel like we kind of gave it away a little bit, but your inspiration behind this is Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
Tell me the story and kind of how and why you decided for this match particular to have Bray Wyatt as inspiration.
This was actually supposed to go to the next pay-per-view, wherever it was going to be. Something told me, I was like, Texas Death Match, it needs to be red. Since it's red, we have to do the Bray Wyatt tribute. A lot of what he was doing was so like new and cutting edge. And he was like a really good brother for me when I was like going on the main roster and as doing 205 Live and stuff. So Bray was always like really cool. I remember I had trunks, biker shorts at the time, and I had the stripes in like a holographic color type. And he was just like, "Hey brother, you're not gonna wear those out there like that, are you, man?" I was like, "Oh no, I can change." He was like, "I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just kidding." I was like, "Oh," and then Miz was like, "And you fell for it too. You fell for that." And so
you never know, right?
But like I was like, "I'll take them off right now. I don't care. I got other stuff." And he was like, "No, do what you want me to do." So there's been times like get to car rentals. Bray was like, I was like, "Hey, there's Bray." He's like, "I'll come up give a handshake." He's like, "No, screw that, man. Give me a hug, brother." Aww. So times like that. There's times I had to help him with his mask. He was doing some of my favorite stuff because I'm a horror guy, and like so I was like, okay, I want to take some horror elements from what he used to do and put them in like what I'm doing in my element and how I would make that a more realistic, like in real life could happen type scenarios. And so there's a lot. So I took all that and just put a little homage.
Well,
on the leg
right.
sleeve.
Well, as you said, Bray was doing cutting edge stuff
Yeah.
in WWE and just in what he was doing as a performer.
I believe
but-
he would do death matches if he could too.
Well,
I believe
absolutely,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And you
pretty
wore
boring.
this is the jacket that you wore, right?
Yes, a Peli, which is if you're.
Oh my gosh, this is so heavy.
Well, because you're carrying all this.
Oh
on the
my
back.
gosh, I did not expect that to be
Yeah.
heavy when I picked that up.
Yeah, real leather. Shout out to
Oh
Daniel's
my
Leathers
goodness.
in New York. I purchased this from him. Yeah, my arm is sore.
See, right? That's what I'm saying. It
Holding it
takes
up.
two of us to hold it
Yeah.
up.
Like going into this match, it didn't feel like long trench coaty. I wanted like something short, like heavy leather, ready to do battle. It almost felt like a biker in a sense, but in a hip hop sense of like a biker jacket, almost. But
Oh,
that's
it
like
works.
a nice little throwback to like anybody who knows like hip hop culture. Peli was a big thing, like especially like rappers and like a lot of these guys were wearing that back in the day. So it's like a little.
A little piece,
little
little
hip-hop
nugget.
influence
There you
right
go.
there. Yes.
So where did the target? Because on a lot of your knee pads, you have the target. Is that just about your opponent, or where did
This
this
was
begin?
from Killshot. My
Okay,
little homage to the
got
Killshot
it.
character from Lucha Underground.
So that's how it plays in as a part.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is my little homage because I can't put lettering there, but I kind of got away with it by saying Killshot on the one gear.
For sure. Let's talk about your gear from Wembley when you guys were at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, I worn it once against Sting in Wembley in front of 80,000 people.
Wow.
And I worn it another time when I faced Bryan Danielson. But I was just like, man, I can only wear this one time.
Yeah, as you should, right?
Yeah.
There should be those moments that, are just so important that they only get one look,
Yeah,
right?
they get one, but this one got two because Bryan Danielson's one of the greatest ever.
You have
I'm like,
to.
I'll definitely wear that for him. Especially coming out to like the fact that I wore the Mogul Embassy robe, the crown jewel. It kind of like symbolizes royalty. So I figured putting my head on like a statue symbolizes
Yeah.
royalty in a sense as well.
We were kind of talking before we went on the air about the robe particularly.
So the robe is whoever wears the robe is named the crown jewel of the embassy. And Prince Nana came up with the embassy like about 20 years ago in Ring of Honor. The first person was Jimmy Rave, rest in peace Jimmy Rave. He wore the robe in Ring of Honor in Japan, and that was one of the first people that Nana managed. And it's been passed down to several others. Jay Lethal at one point was the crown jewel.
Wow.
On the Mogul Embassy. And when I started bringing it out at AEW, Jay Lethal was like, "Is this the one? Is this the crown? Is this the robe?"
And it's the same robe.
It's the same robe. And he's like, I got it altered, I got it fixed up throughout, but it's the same robe. So it's like a 20-year-old robe.
So where does that robe live? It's obviously not here. Where does that robe
Oh,
live
that's
now?
Nana's possession. He has not let that bad boy go at all.
What
That
an
thing is-
honor, though. That's such a
Yeah.
really cool thing that there's only how many people that have been crowned with the robe.
Yeah, and some of them have been world champions. I'm looking to carry that as the new world champion. I never asked for it. It was just like, Nana brought it to me. He was like, I think you're deserving to be wearing the robe. So I was like, all right. So like 80,000 people was like, we're not going to get any bigger than this. Actually, this is before the Hangman Page rivalry started. He saw, like, a lot of people saw me as like something bigger. From wearing the robe to the entrance to walking out to face Sting at nighttime because it wasn't day. Finally night fell. It was like, he looks like a big deal. And I think that's where a lot of this is where everything kind of started to really turn for me and like becoming a main eventer in AEW.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've just kind of stayed that course since. It's been really,
Yeah.
really amazing to see.
It's a lot harder to hold that, like, oh, you got it, like, because a lot of times you'll see people like, oh, he got it, oh, he had it, and then it's like, oh no, I want to have it, and then like not let it go. And it just goes back to what I was saying. I'm like, I got the ball, give me the ball, I'm going to score. And that's where it's like, okay, this is my time to be like, nope, this is my moment, I'm taking it.
Well, it has been so awesome
Yes.
sitting and chatting and hanging out. Like, it was such a great time being on your podcast, so I'm just thankful that you were here on Threads with me
Oh,
today,
of course. Yeah, I love content. I love building
Let's
content.
do it, right? We can do it together.
Yeah, I'm like, anytime we can make some content, I'm here for it.
So I do like to ask, too, we talked a little bit about the past, we reminisced a little bit, we went back, looked on some looks. What's going on in the future for you?
Be performing at Rolling Loud on Sunday in Los Angeles.
Exciting.
So that's one
That's
of
a
the biggest,
big deal.
biggest music festivals of in the country. But last time I was there, it was in New York, and I was on stage with Kevin Gates. The first one I ever went to was in Miami. I was on stage with the Beast Coast, Flatbush Zombies, and Joey Badass and those guys. It's and it's the opportunities that I'm being like bestowed upon me. It's like this literally could be anybody else's opportunity. I'm just the one that be like, I'll do it. I'll be there. Because like a lot of people are like, but what if I don't know, like all the reasons you would say you can't, flip those to the ways you could say you can, and you should.
Yeah.
It's just a simple mentality like that. It's very simple, but it's just a challenge.
A switch.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yes, no problem. Thank you.